I got you, okay? I'm gonna teach you how to have game. Now, I have 4 daughters, and this is advice that I would give to them, okay? And sometimes they ask me questions, and they're like, teach me, how do I have game? How do I get game? And I'm like, really? All right, this is not the type of game where it's like, oh my gosh, she's playing games, or he's playing games, like, you know, little kid. That's not the type of game I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about the kind of game you want to have, meaning like, you know how to attract guys. Guys are gonna want you, and like, you might not want them, but it's just like this thing of attracting them, right? And you get to have your choices. See, how would you know that I have game? Well, I married David Class, and I'm very proud of that. If you have not seen him or his channel, I'll leave a link in the description, and you'll see why. Okay, you'll be like, okay, I want to know what she did, because she got game, because she bagged him, and he is a keeper. Okay, number 1, this is what I actually tell my 9-year-old till this. Okay, like right now I tell her, have a life. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Have your own things going on. Okay, like, there's something about a girl who isn't just fixated on a man or a guy, right? They're not just like obsessed with this boy, this guy. They have a life. They go to the gym, they work out, they have their own friends, they go to school. They're going after something, right? They have a passion that they're passionate about. You can have goals and dreams, like, have ambition, have something that you're going and working towards. Now, if you don't have, you know, dreams and goals and stuff like that, most people do, but if you don't, it's okay. You can find them, okay? Just find something that you like, and then like focus on that thing and try to get better at it. Whether it's a sport, a musical instrument, anything. I don't care what it is. Just like have a life. Don't just be at home doing nothing and like, you know what I mean? You don't want to be that person. There's something about a girl who has something going on, and it just makes a guy or a boy like want you more. Okay, so that's number 1. Now, if you agree with that, give me a thumbs up. And that's why I tell my daughter, stay busy. Tennis lessons, piano classes, like she's in a musical right now. She has a commercial agent. Like, I'm like, you have a life, girl. You have all these things going on. So your mind isn't like always on this boy, right? You're preoccupied, and he needs to fight for your attention. That's part of the reason why you need to have a life. And you know what else? You can hit that like button, because it really helps my channel and it lets me know that you like this content. The second thing, and this is for like my older girls, I feel like this should be number 1, but I didn't want to start off too strong. Do not sleep with them. Okay, don't sleep with these guys. Like, you cannot be easy. You cannot be that girl. You can still pool. You can date someone for like months and not have to do anything, and break it off and not ever do anything. Just know this. And I feel like this should be a completely separate video, because I don't know exactly who's watching, but I feel like I don't want to get too deep into this, but just say, like, know your worth. If you're just going to give it up like that, they're not going to want you anymore. They're going to probably get bored really easy. They're going to think you're easy and fast. And what's the point? What's the point in that? Like, I mean, if you just want to have fun, like sometimes girls are like, oh, I just want to have fun. Come on now. You end up falling for the guy. Like, just don't do that. I definitely like always wanted to get tested, especially in LA. It's like, no, we can't do anything unless we're both tested. That's how far you have to go. It's just not something that you're willing to give up so easily, right? Okay, so tip number 3. Well, I don't even want to give these numbers, but appearance. Okay, you have to take your appearance serious. I know sometimes people are like, what? Like, oh my gosh, they should just like me for me. Okay, I'm teaching you game here. You have to have your hair done, nails done, makeup done. You have to smell good. Your personal hygiene is very important. A guy's not gonna want a girl who looks dirty and smells nasty and hair is all messed up all the time, and like their nails don't look good. You're not like well groomed. Now, you don't have to go get fake nails. You don't have to go get nail polish. You know, as long as your nails are clean and well groomed and your hair is just nice and neat, washed, taken care of. I'm not saying you have to like go all out and do your hair every day and curl it, and you know, but like, you know, like just take care of yourself, be presentable. You know what I'm talking about. Feel confident, know when it's time to be sexy, wear that sexy clothes, be provocative and like have that sexy eyeliner on. Do what you gotta do at the right time. You gotta know when to do it, right? You have to know when to dress that way. The next thing is be smart, right? You have to know things about the world. You have to be able to have an intellectual conversation. So that's my next tip is you have to be smart, meaning like you're going to be up to date on things that are happening in the world. You're going to be able to have an intellectual conversation with guys, right? So that's another thing, depending on what you're looking for, what you're attracted to, that's what you're going to attract. So you just want to make sure that you're having your own opinion, having a voice, right? Sometimes people just like don't know what to talk about, have nothing to say, and that's fine, but like I'm teaching you game here, okay? So you're gonna stand out from other women if you know your ish, okay? And this could be about anything, even basketball. Like if you're a basketball fan, you know your stats, you know who's playing who, you know who got drafted, this and that, and you're talking to another guy about this, they're like, oh my gosh, this girl, like she could be like my friend, like I want to marry her, you know, things like that. Like, oh, if you're into theater, what's the new playwright that's coming out? What's the new play? What's the new music? Like things like that. Like just whatever you're into, be smart about it and like know your stuff and read, go to school, be educated, make yourself smart. Okay, this next thing is overlooked. And some women are gonna hate me because you're probably so much older. You're like, what? Like, no, like it's too late for me. But it's not, it's never too late. And that is, you have to learn to cook. The key to a man's heart is through his stomach. Okay, that's a saying. And I swear, I really believe it's true. My husband, when he met me, I think we were 22, he was like in love, okay, because I cooked some enchiladas for him. I made some chilaquiles, like all these different types of food, Mexican food. And he was just like, oh my gosh, I want to marry her because like I fed him food. He loved the way it tasted. He just was like, wow, this girl knows how to cook. So I'm telling you, if there's something about it when you tell a guy like, yeah, I can cook, and then you cook a meal and it's nice and fresh and hot and it's not takeout, they just love it. They're like, wow, like if I marry her, she's gonna cook for me, you know? And I'm not saying that's gonna be your whole life, but like, girl, teach yourself too, okay? Like learn how to cook, not just for your man, but for you. You be proud that you can cook. My 9-year-old, she is cooking. My 20-year-old, she can cook, but she didn't take it as serious until now. Thank God she was like really taking it more serious. But she can cook. She can actually cook because I started teaching her when she was younger. So it's all up to you, right? It's all up to you. And in your mind, if you tell yourself, I can cook, I'm going to learn. Whether your mom taught you or not, you got your aunt, you got your cousins, you got your friends, whoever knows how to cook, ask them to teach you, okay? This is probably this should be another video. Okay, you must master the art of flirting. Now, again, this should probably be another video. What do I mean? There's so many different things you could do, but you have to know how to flirt, right? There has to be a sense of, there's an aura that goes with it, right? And you have to know how to flirt and not be too flirty and not be, you know, not seem desperate, which is my next tip. It's like, you don't want to be desperate. You don't want to be that girl who's into this guy. He's so freaking cute. You're really into him. You want him to fall for you and you're just desperate. That is the worst thing you could do. If you're into a guy, you let him know that you're into him. There's nothing wrong with that. You give him those flirty eyes. You make that contact, that eye contact. Do something with your lips differently. You have a different energy in your body when you're around them. And like, you're just like really cute and flirty. And it's like obvious that, you know, you're into them, but not too obvious to where they're like, oh my gosh, get off me. There's an art to it. And I feel like I can get deeper into that, but just learn how to flirt and don't be so desperate. Those are like the last two things I can leave you with. These are just to get you started, okay? You have to take your appearance seriously, your smarts seriously. You have to have a life. You have to have your own friends. You have to have something going for yourself. You have to have this aura and this essence of you knowing who you are and what you want in life, and that you don't need a man, but he would be lucky to have you. And you know what? I would love to have you in my life too, because together we can have fun in this world. We could play this game in this crazy world, right? That's kind of the essence that you want to have. That's the thing that you want to take with you. You don't chase after anyone. You have them come and chase you. You just got game, girl. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Besitos.